Hi everyone, welcome to Smart Talks for Change, this time in English. And we will explore the intersection of business, consciousness, and well-being. I your host, Sandra Pedro, and in this episode is all about the fascinating connections between music, brainwaves, and how it impacts on our health and overall well-being. Get ready to be inspired as me and my guest discuss how music can be a tool for focus, relaxations, innate creativity, or unwind, or even improve sleep. Selecting the right music can be a powerful tool in our daily routine. We have a special guest in this episode, Greg Papania, music producer who worked with major names in the global music scene. And now he's in Portugal. Hi, Greg. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Greg. For those who don't know you, and I have listeners and viewers from all over the world, can you tell us about you a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. I'm a music producer, as you've mentioned, and I've worked in the music industry in the US and now more globally for over 20 years. Started when I was young as a teenager, and I play various types of instruments as well, and write songs. And I started as a sound engineer and worked my way up to becoming a producer, a songwriter, and helping other artists fully realize their songs through production. And I also create my own music, ambient music, electronic music, and then also music for mental health and wellness and healing. And that led me into creating Signs, which is a streaming platform and app to bring this music out to the world, to individuals, to businesses and organizations of all types, to work with this music that's tuned to brainwave states.
And now you are in Portugal, and Sines in Portuguese is a little bit village here by the sea. And why Portugal, and why a platform, a music therapy platform called Sines or Signs?
Yeah. Well, this came to me about 6 years ago, and I started writing this music for wellness, for mental health, for psychedelic therapy, which I was involved in it at the time, and I was just really passionate about researching science and the metaphysics of what sound can do, what vibration can do, and working with it for myself from other creators. I found remarkable results, and so I felt really passionate to start creating this music myself. And I started working with a friend of mine, and we started creating this music together. And then we brought another friend in, and to finish that first collection of this type of music. And then from there, we wrote more together. I kind of wrote music on my own. They wrote music on their own, and we were all with this mission to help people heal through music. And one of those friends is actually Portuguese and lives in Portugal. So that's how I ended up in Portugal. I came to visit him, and I found it so magical here, and I knew I should stay here. I wanted to stay here, and so I did. And living by the beach, and it's really wonderful to be here. And Signs or Scenish, well, I when the name came to me, it was more about sine waves, which is what music is primarily comprised of. And then talking with one of my friends, and he said, "Sound in never-ending space," which I wrote an album that I collaborated with them on, and called it "Sound in Never-Ending Space." So I was like, that's interesting. So science felt very right. And then my other friend that's from Portugal, he had told me he was actually living in Sines. I didn't know it was a town here, and he said, my family, my father and my grandmother actually live here in Sines. I'm living with them right now. I said, man, this is crazy. So, so this
Was a
was years ago.
sign.
It was a sign, literally. So I come out here, and then I'm driving. I have to go, of course, visit Scenic. So I'm driving south, and I just keep all the signs on the signs, Scenic on the. I'm like, just driving. This is this is a universal joke in the best way, and I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. So I went down there, and there's some really magical beaches right below Scenic.
Mm.
I forget the names of them right now, but I really enjoyed myself there.
Actually, in Sindh, they have a world music festival where musicians from all over the world they gather there
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every
Okay.
summer. So you haven't been there? Go. You will
I
love
haven't been to the festival yet. Yeah, now that you said that, I remember somebody mentioning that to me before. So yes, I need to go.
it. Definitely. Let's start by delving into the science behind all this thing of music and brainwaves. Research has shown that music can directly affect our brainwaves, which are the electrical partners produced by our brain neurons.
Yeah,
Different type of music can either stimulate or calm our minds, affecting our moods, stress levels, and even cognitive performance. What can you tell our listeners about the scenes? How how was planned? What were your intention? The different types of music, because we have different types of music for different environments. If it is for patients, if it is for corporate, it's different. What can you tell us about all of that?
sure. Yeah. So, well, I'm dealing with science and also metaphysics. So, metaphysical part being like the chakra system
Mm-hmm.
and what emotions, what activities, and what energy we relate to the different chakra centers of our body. And then from the science standpoint, working in musical tunings that are non-standard, and in doing that, changing the wavelengths of the music. And in doing that, I can evoke a relaxed response, or I can evoke a more focused response. And then another layer to that is working with binaural brainwave frequencies woven into the music, that those brainwave states are related to mood states, and those are related to activities we're involved in throughout the day. And that's just the hard science of it that's been studied for decades. So if we're
Mm-hmm.
sleeping, we're in a delta or theta state. Uh,
Exactly.
if we're meditating, we may be in a theta state. We may be in a gamma state, even in meditation, depending if it's extremely transcendental. Right now, we may be in alpha state, the calm waking state, and then the higher flow states being beta and gamma state. So that's how I designed the app and the system, and how to categorize the music and the sort of ingredients of the music and the intentionality of the compositions to evoke these states. And so I'll create the music and then listen to it, see if it is truly evoking that state. And sometimes, or a lot of the initial music, it was created um, with not maybe some not with mood state in mind, and some with. But then listening back to it, then I'd see, okay, what does this feel like? Okay, this feels like focus. Okay, now I would lean more into that and make sure I have frequencies in it that are drawing that out more. Then I might listen to another composition. What does this feel like? This actually feels really sleepy. Okay, then I would lean more into that. So that was how the music's composed and still is.
I do meditation and I go easily to alpha and theta brain brainwaves. And when I try your app, I choose to focus and concentration. I was working, okay, let's focus and concentrate. But I got so relaxed that I had to sleep for half an hour, three
Oh my
quarters
gosh.
of an hour. Exactly. Okay. I thought it was okay. This was supposed to be focused, not to be relaxed. But I got so relaxed. It was amazing. It was like in 50 minutes, I say, okay, I'm getting really relaxed here. But that's because I was so
I might
tired.
have to check. I might have
Yeah.
to check it.
And
Category.
yeah. So I went to sleep a little bit in the middle of the afternoon. And then when I wake up, okay, let's go. I got more produced. So it works. It really works.
Yeah. You could also play gamma waves if you're feeling sleepy. We have raw binaural waves in the app as well. So if you really want to push the gas on the energy, then play the
Mhm.
gamma waves.
Go and dive, go and try all of them. And of course, everyone got have a different experience with it. Are you having feedback from the users?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Great feedback. I haven't heard anything negative. Definitely, there's some requests for additional features like timers and things like that, which
Mhm.
I already have on the technical roadmap to build. So we will get into some of that next year. There's so much to expand on right now. I think the platform is good, but it's like the core platform. It's the foundation. There's so much to go into it, including visuals that work with EMDR therapy that I create and that are visual art that have the EMDR woven into that. So those will be going in. There's more guided meditations. There's courses. There's stories. There's books. So and more music. So there's so many ways to expand. But people feel the effects. I actually posted a talk a couple weeks ago for a group of um, corporations. People,
Mhm.
about 55 people from different corporations, and some of them said some of them were meditators, and the ones that were said this took me into this meditative state in 2 minutes or less. I was there, where a state where it usually could take me hours of meditation. They've gone on long retreats and such, and they were fascinated um, by the effectiveness.
There's a lot being talked about corporate well-being
Yeah,
and how people are getting sick about the toxic environments on the workplace and burnout and depression, anxiety, and all of that. Singe can be a tool to improve the well-being
yeah,
and in companies, in all types of organizations. Actually, we at AMMA, we work with essential oils, which also works on the brain waves and the whole physiologic connection in the body to improve the well-being, to focus, to increase the creativity, the overall well-being. Do you feel any resistance from the corporate world, which is natural, regarding these types of tools, or do you see a new mindset, a more open corporate leaders, for example, more open to
yeah.
this type of tools?
I see a more open mindset. Of course, I haven't had a conversation with everyone. So usually, the people that I'm able to have conversations with that I pique their interest through communicating on email or however I was introduced to them, they've already have some interest level, so they're open.
Hmm.
Um, of course, there's so many people in the world and so many businesses. I'm sure there's some that are less open, but I feel like at this time in our lives, you really can't hide from mental health and wellness. It's in every major corporation. So even someone who may have been closed to it previously is now open to it, is now able to consider this for themselves or for their employees.
Mhm.
And for science, it's about educating. Some people I speak with need to be educated more than others to understand the depth of how it can help them and help their team, to help the staff and different types of workers, from labor workers to administrative to the sales team to the C-suite executives. Everyone can use support in similar ways, but then also different ways because they all have different challenges that they may be dealing with in different departments. And so, not only to bring wellness into the space that has depth and to educate, but also to show them the value that it brings to their business.
Mhm.
Less less burnout, less turnover, less sick days, less errors, uh, less disharmony between colleagues, greater harmony between staff and clientele or guests. Uh, it's all true. There's all little bits of that in every business, and if you can reduce in all those areas, it actually saves the company money. So big companies could
But
save hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars per year, because all those things cost money. Errors cost money. Retraining staff and rehiring could cost tens of thousands of dollars just for one person to onboard at a major corporation, and the list goes on. So being able to show them the value of both spaces, I think, is something truly unique that I haven't seen too much of out there. I think you often see it leans into one space or the other. It's very money focused, but doesn't have much depth of value for actual wellness, or it's very wellness focused, but they can't figure out how to pair it with the financials, and it's too out there, and the staff doesn't adopt it. They don't know how to interface with it. So simplicity, and clarity and depth is really the focus.
and the science backup all.
Science, of course, exactly. Yeah,
So
we're not just playing surface level
exactly.
here. Yeah,
And there's nothing esoteric or metaphysical. No, it's science based. So it works.
yeah, yeah, yep,
And
exactly.
everyone wins with that. And music is not only for spa hotels or coffee shops, it's for everyone, for everywhere. Who
Yes.
doesn't like it, music? I don't know anyone actually.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is music to help your mood states and to change your state of being. So, of course, we
Exactly.
absolutely want to, and I listen to all types of music. But when I want to get myself in a certain uh, frame of mind, or tune up my body and my mind or my emotional state, then I go to the app.
Mhm. So if any of those who are listening or viewing us, if you don't believe, be open mind and try it. Just try it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
right?
Yeah, we're complimentary for 7 days already to the general public, and
Exactly.
with corporations, we at times we do longer pilots for them. But yeah, people have to find the value and feel it and experience it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then write it down, your thoughts and what you felt. And before we finished, I have a few questions for you.
Yes,
What's life purpose?
what's my life purpose? My life purpose is to live in my divine truth, and within that is bringing um, mental health and wellness tools through art, being music and visual art, or an app, it's all wrapped together to the world to help others live in their truth and in their joy. And by doing that, we start to create more harmony between each other and more harmony in society for this human experience that we're having.
And what's happiness for you?
Freedom, and I love making art. So anytime I can express myself how I want to express myself artistically is really joyful for me. Of course, spending time with friends or family that really we laughing at life really, and enjoying nature, exploring amazing parts of this earth.
Mm-hmm. Where people can find you?
Here on earth in the internet. They can check me out on my personal website. They can go to echoesofstarlight.com, or my name, gregpapania.com. It's the same website. It points to the same place. Or Instagram, Echoes of Starlight on Instagram, or my name. And then the app.
Everything in the description.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the app is signs.app, www.signs, S-I-N-E-S, or scenish.app. And they can get all the information there about the app. Yeah.
Okay, as we conclude this episode, a special thanks to Greg for sharing his expertise and insights. And to our listeners, explore the rules of intentional listening and remember that music has the power to transform our daily experience. Thank you for joining us on the Small Talks for Change podcast. Sometimes in English, most of the time in Portuguese, it doesn't matter. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more episodes that aligned with our mission of conscious living, business, and well-being. Until next time, stay mindful and let the music guide you.